Hi everyone, it's Justine. This video is a curated review of the runway trends for this coming season. I do it twice a year. I go through thousands of Fashion Week outfits, I select the most important ones, and I present the result back to you in the form of compact trend boards. My goal is to turn the runway looks into ideas that work in a real-life wardrobe. Today I have 6 trends for you. As always, you take what inspires you, you leave the rest. Trend number 1. PHYGITAL fashion, as in physical, digital, PHYGITAL. This trend is about clothes that look good online, and that's why they were created, rather than focusing on how good the materials feel or how practical and comfortable they are in real life. It's no secret that social media are more and more present in our lives, and so we want to look Instagrammable at all times. Armani presented trousers that look almost liquid, that catch the light very nicely. Timmerman's skirt feels like gold leaf that could be applied onto the frame of a mirror, you know what I mean? Valentino's outfit is a good example of looks over comfort. This is entirely covered in rhinestones, probably not quite comfortable to sit down on. The Zimmermann dress next to it is a digital print that replicates a dreamy sky. The print quality is brilliant, though it's not fully combinable with the rest of a real person's wardrobe, and it's custom printed. The last one on the right is interesting. Loewe made fun of that digital world by presenting a look which is pixeled. It looks like a drawing on top of a photo. Overall, this PHYGITAL trend is a mix of hyper-precise digital prints, optical illusions, fabrics that look iridescent, surfaces that look wet and or shiny. It's all about the way the materials look. I heard the word PHYGITAL for the first time at the last fabric fair, trade fair in Paris back in February, and I thought, that's actually the best way of summarizing it, isn't it? Trend number 2, technology-based fashion. The outfits that you're about to see would not have been doable a few years ago. We simply didn't have the technology for it. I'm talking about both the materials and the construction of the garments. You see this Bottega Veneta look, and you probably wonder, what's so special about it? Well, the shirt isn't a regular flannel plaid shirt. The pattern is in fact a print of 12 successive layers of color to get that effect. The Loewe dress includes a sculptural red anthurium flower, anthurium in French, which is completely in 3D. It's a fixed shape. The white courage outfit you see underneath it is not fabric, but silicone. That Louis Vuitton dress worn over lace leggings here is another technological wonder. The fabric is printed and then embroidered on top. In the past, fabric like this would be done in jacquard weave, but you couldn't get this level of intricacy, or you'd have to fully embroider it, and then it would be super expensive and extremely stiff. The white Copani dress made a sensation during the runway show because the model came out in her underwear, just bottoms, and a machine sprayed white paint onto her. Upon drying, the paint somehow became fabric and got away from her skin. Fascinating. It's interesting because the resulting garment is completely seamless, extremely lightweight and comfortable. It demonstrates that we might be able to print our clothes in a not so remote future. The last one is both visually strong and poetic, in my opinion. It's a goldfish in a plastic bag. Again, a wet-looking material with a hyper-realistic digital print. You wear that at the party, you'll be the center of attention for sure. These examples are quite impressive, right? I have to say though, the mother of technology-based design would have to be Iris van Herpen. She's been 3D printing dresses for many years already. That's a good reference for sculptural or even architectural design in fashion. Well, she's pushing the boundaries of gravity, literally. Now, we are leaving this futuristic world and moving on to a trend which is more of a mood. Number 3, new goth fashion. I've mentioned Wednesday Addams, the TV show, in a previous video. If you missed it, it was a trend video on Pinterest. It's linked here and in the video description down below. This series hits the nail on the head. There is something captivating, dark, but also very attractive about the character of Wednesday. Well, this new goth mood is visible across the runway collections too. It's all black with dark makeup, sleek hair, often a choker-length necklace like at Chanel, Dior, Dolce & Gabbana, but they have even more in common. Tulle, flowy at Chanel and McQueen, stiffer at Dolce & Gabbana, but always with a high proportion of transparency in the outfit. The waist is very marked, Dolce & Gabbana being the extreme on this board, with this dominatrix mood. Think Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the scene with Angelina Jolie at the hotel. The shoulders are often covered. These ladies don't show much cleavage. The focus is much rather on the legs. All these outfits are hyper-feminine while expressing strength. They are no cute little girls. This trend gives more airtime, more focus to drapey, flowy, dramatic outerwear. In terms of fabrics, if you like this kind of mood of aesthetics, look for tulle, fishnet, lace, and silk. It doesn't have to be a whole outfit. It can be just one garment within the look, or even one design detail within one garment. Our next trend has been a long time coming. Tactile fringes. There is something extremely satisfying about touching fringes and about the way they move when you move. Would you agree? Historically, fringes have been seen as a design detail. For instance, a cowboy jacket, you would have fringes here under the sleeves. A design detail, not the core of the design, if that makes sense. It's changing. Givenchy is how you know fringes, as a hem decoration for summer festivals. Prince Escula shows a more sophisticated version. Here the fringes are made of satin and contrasting with the rest of the outfit, exactly, adding movement to that voluminous drape, which is stiffer. Really like this one. Altuzarra presented a subtle version. The fringes are also used as closure, sort of links. Jill Sanders' dress worn over pants makes for a super classy after-work outfit. The hem also matches the neckline, nice proportions. And Michael Kors' interpretation of fringes is for evening wear. The feminine skirt is paired with an oversized blazer inspired by menswear. Now, we've seen the wearable options. If you're looking to go bolder, I do have more for you. Your fringe skirt could be made of lurex thread, but here paired with a norm core, quite minimalistic tunic to make sure that you see the skirts even more. That's the focus point. Victoria Beckham's handbag is completely covered in fringes, and I can't help thinking that there is a dog breed that looks a little bit like this, no? Anyway, here the contrast is not in the colors, but in the texture and the shine of the thread used for the bag. The handbag is definitely in focus. McQueen makes the red molded waist piece plus a red scarf element on the shoulders. These are fringes that look a lot like feathers. At Alaya, the giant scarf has giant fringes, and so does the handbag. The longest handbag fringes I've ever seen, probably. Could we add more fringes? Could we have fringes and feathers? Yes, absolutely. Jill Sander is showing us how. Conclusion. If you like fringes, you're going to get a ton of options this season, from easygoing all the way to making a real statement. Trend number 5, multi-pocket outfits. This is in massive contradiction to the PHYGITAL trend we had earlier. This is about being practical and even utilitarian to the max. And yes, sometimes trends contradict each other. Diesel and Givenchy are casual, streetwear options in practical fabrics. Cargo pockets everywhere. You wouldn't say that this is high fashion or runway fashion, would you? The elegance is at the top rather than at the bottom. But Givenchy also knows how to make these pockets more high fashion. Tone-on-tone black with matching accessories. A look that could also be Chanel, frankly. Then we have Miu Miu. The house has been pushing for these massive pockets for several seasons now. Is it still a skirt or is it a belt? We're not sure. If it's a black skirt on the bottom image, then it's shorter than a micro skirt. That length doesn't even have a name in fashion books anymore. But you know what? Fashion influencers love it. It's probably the most worn Miu Miu look on Instagram at the moment. In my opinion, that's wearable if you have trousers underneath. And then it is practical. Last but not least, Vuitton made these utilitarian pockets huge. Too much, the giant zipper pullers of this outfit and the zipper itself. And then it's a whole thing. It's a cohesive design concept. So far, which one of these trends is your favorite? This is probably the most practical and pragmatic one, isn't it? Trend number 6, and this is a fun and easy one. The challenge is, how can you make the biggest statement possible with your accessories? At Jill Sander and Victoria Beckham, the color palette is very soft, muted almost, and then you add a handbag that says boom, right? TB did the same, but with shoes and tights. You know it's advanced styling when the shoes and the tights are matching. Note for the future. Fendi went for green boots, but the idea is the same. Neutrals all over, so that the footwear really stands out, especially when it's neon green like this. And Altuzarra pushed the idea even a bit further. Both the shoes and the handbag are color blocking, and even between each other. In a nutshell, you want your shoes and or your purse to be a bright, solid hue statement piece, color blocking versus the rest of the outfit. In other words, this season you're not expected to match the accessories to the outfit itself. It's quite the contrary. And you know, I love playing with color accents to elevate a look and to make a color palette, to make your wardrobe more interesting in terms of colors. If that's your thing, you will find millions of colorful accessories in the stores this season. Thumbs up if you enjoyed this trend review. Thank you very much for your support always. If you like to receive these trend boards, go to the link here and I will send them to you. You can also subscribe to this channel. I make videos about fashion, you guessed, and I share tips basically to help you create and curate your ideal wardrobe. I will see you soon in a new one, and until then, take care. Bye.